ഓക്കെ,
നമസ്കാരം. ഇങ്ങനെയല്ലേ എപ്പോഴും? അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ പേര് ദീപക്, കൊച്ചിയിൽ നിന്നാണ്. ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരു ഡോക്ടറായിട്ടാണ്. ഇവിടെ അല്ല, ട്രിവാൻഡ്രത്താണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നത്. കുറേ നാൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ്. എൻ്റെ മലയാളമൊക്കെ മഹാ അബദ്ധമാണ്, സാരമില്ല, ഞാൻ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാം. കുറേ നാളുകൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് കൊച്ചിയിലോട്ട് വന്നേക്കണത് വോളണ്ടിയറിങ്ങിന് വേണ്ടി. അല്ല, വോളണ്ടിയറിന് വേണ്ടി വന്നതല്ല കേട്ടോ, പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ വന്നപ്പോഴേക്കും ഇവിടെ എല്ലാവരും ഒരുമിച്ചിരിക്കും. പണ്ടിങ്ങനെ അല്ലായിരുന്നു, ഞാനും സോമണ്ണനും പിന്നെ അയ്യോ വോളണ്ടിയറിങ്ങിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് പല കാര്യങ്ങളും സംഭവിക്കും ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ. അപ്പൊ അതിനെ നമ്മൾ നൈസായിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ മാറ്റി വെക്കും. കുറെ നാളുകൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് വന്നത്. ലോങ് ബാക്ക്, ദാറ്റ് വാസ് 2014 പ്രോഗ്രാം ചെയ്തത്, ഫെബ്രുവരി 2014 ഫ്രം ദി ആശ്രം. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് കൊച്ചിയിലോട്ട് വന്നപ്പോഴേക്കും കൊച്ചിയിൽ അന്ന് അധികം പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല, കുറച്ച് പ്രോഗ്രാംസേ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് വോളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴും അധികവും ഒരു 4-5 പേര് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. പിന്നെ ഡ്യൂറിങ് സൺഡേസ്, ഡ്യൂറിങ് ഇനീഷ്യേഷൻ ഡേ, മെനി പീപ്പിൾ വിൽ കം ഫ്രം സംവെയർ ആൻഡ് ഓൾ. തൃശ്ശൂരിൽ നിന്നും കാലിക്കറ്റിൽ നിന്നും ട്രിവാൻഡ്രത്തിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ ആൾക്കാർ വരുമായിരുന്നു. But otherwise they were just regularly they were just 4 or 5 people. But when a session happens, I remember one program 2015 December engandu ayirunnu. That time only me and Somanna were there. So morning 3 hours I'll take care of, evening 3 hours he'll take care of. But that was fun, in the sense we'll come and we'll search whatever needs to be done. Endana specs വേണം. ഇതൊന്നും അത് അവർ എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്തോളൂ. നമ്മൾ കൂടുതൽ പണി കൊടുക്കും. എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്ക് അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ പണി കൊടുക്കണത്. ഇനി ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് കട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. അപ്പോ what do you want to know?
അതൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞെങ്കിൽ പോകുമോ? എന്നിട്ട് ഓക്കെ താങ്ക് യു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി.
Anna, here's a question. Okay, so when it was you and Somanna, can you share us an impact, a profound experience that you guys had together?
Yeah, profound experience. Profound എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. പക്ഷേ the thing was, those 7 days, how it transforms a person is the first time when I saw. Because after my inner engineering program, it's the first time that I was volunteering. Yeah, I can tell you one profound experience for sure. That was, it really broke my ego for the first time. Even not during program also, it didn't happen to that extent. But on the first day, we needed to guide people. And the Rotary Bal Bhavan, Panampilli Nagar, avade airno program. And that is inside. There is you keep going through the main road, then you take a right turn inside, and then you have to take one more turn into a smaller lane. Appo everybody will miss it, it's not written anywhere. Appo road inde avade Isha yoga class nu parnittu oru sign board nammal ingane undakittundu, annittu ingane pidichu nikkanam. And that was in one level I didn't think much about it. പക്ഷെ അത് ചെയ്തപ്പോഴേക്കും ഞാൻ വലിയൊരാളാണ് എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് ഞാൻ അവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെ നിൽക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. ബട്ട് ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് vehicle which stopped and they like, Anna, Isha yoga here, and I'm like, yes Anna, over here nu parnappraykum something broke inside. I don't know what it was, but it was like a big ego burst sort of a thing. And that time onwards, every time whenever there is a signboard work which needs to be done, I like going there, because there is some resistance which breaks. There is no explanation to it. When you think it is just holding it, but somewhere it is such a, like, you know, you see road like nammal pombrekum hotel, one guy will be standing with a hotel sign, and then he'll like come inside. It's a very demeaning job in one way. Like, you know, you see one person is standing in the heat and trying to guide, but that means a lot when you stand there with a smile and you're trying to guide people. That's the first step. So this sounds very silly, but it was very profound also, because there was a big ego burst which happens. And where your ego burst is during sharing days also. I think on the 4th day there is a sharing. That is the day after they get initiated. Everyone gets initiated. Then there is a sharing from them, and we also share later on. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഷെയറിങ്ങിൻ്റെ സമയത്ത് you cannot simply blabber random things. It's a very deep look at yourself. and that is also something which breaks some ego inside. Yeah, those are two instances which is a very. I realize that these are also tools. These are not. I mean, whatever we do in the name of volunteering is also a tool. Till that experience happened, it was just a. What's it called? It is just a routine. It's like, this is how things happen in Isha. This is what volunteering is. For that sake, I was doing. But when these situations happened, I realized that even that sharing which a volunteer does, or even during the program when they tell participants to share something, knowingly or unknowingly something has to break within them. Some resistance or layer has to break. Only then they can go there and share, actually. Otherwise, you will see most people will just sit like this because they are still in a comfort zone. But if they take that bit of effort to go and stand in front of people, they have to reflect. And if they reflect, they realize that they've just become a little bit more free. But most people don't realize it. They just sit over there in a comfort zone. So that time onwards, I used to push people, like if somebody is coming to the program through me, I'll tell them, in the Sambhavichalam, you have to share. Okay, share cheyide pattu. So they don't get it. And many times they keep quiet also. But when people get up and share something is there. The program deepens, or the experience of the program deepens. So yeah, those were the initial days when only inner engineering was there in my life. But that itself is a big bomb. And when I went for Sadhanapada, I realized during one satsang, one darshan was there in Adiyogi Alayam, and Sadhguru was saying, now people are sitting here saying that, now I am Samyama. I am not inner engineering, I am Samyama. I am qualified a lot. And you are thinking that, something like this he said, that you are thinking of that you have done the PhD in spirituality. So he was like, you forgot your ABC and you are talking about PhD. So then he went on to elaborate and said that the ABC is still inner engineering. No matter what, however bigger things you do with Isha Yoga, until and unless your inner engineering is not embedded within you, that is, the ABC is not strong, there is no point going till PhD. So even now, like every day, the Sadhanapada sadhana also, when it begins in the morning, it always, after Guru Puja, it begins with crash course to inner engineering. That's the first thing, first 2 minutes. Only then rest the whole sadhana is there. So yeah, inner engineering is the biggest bomb. That is for people who want to have a blast. But if they want to stay like this, they'll take time. I mean, they'll unnecessarily take time.
And don't you think the best inner engineering happens in Kochi?
Kochi, I'll tell you why it is so. I'll tell you why that is true. Because in general, Malayalis are not people who get influenced.
They are the most resistant people I have ever met in the whole world.
They are the most resistant, probably also because they don't get easily influenced. Randomly, they won't get influenced. They are like, I want to try this, I want to taste it, and then if it works, I will see.
I want to dive into it.
I want to dive into it.
10 feet deep, then I'll think about it. I'll come back to you in 3 days.
And actually, that's how Sadhguru also began, right? I mean, he was an out and out skeptic.
Yeah.
So those kind of people, like initially I used to think, they should like Sadhguru or something. But then later on I realized that you don't have to think about it that way. It's like the example which I say is that I don't know Mukesh Ambani, or I don't know what he does, but I use Jio as a service. So inner engineering for me is a service. It's a product, and there is a service which I want to use. If it works, I'll keep it. If it doesn't work, I'll lose it. So that's about it. So at least if that much exploration, if people are willing to do, something may happen out of it.
So how long have you been volunteering for now?
This is the 9th year. Next year will be 10 years.
Okay, so my question is, what keeps you volunteering?
So that will bring us back to that first program in 2015, which I volunteered for. It was just the way people were on the first day and on the last day. And even the subtle things which we do now, volunteers do a lot of subtle things which nobody notices, or initially at least they don't notice. Like once they randomly go inside the class, we'll set the chappal in one line. then the bathroom is suddenly clean, and all those kind of things. Small things, small details. And even there is a specific time for when the agarbatti should be on, when the agarbatti should be off, what time the music should start playing. Everything has got is looked into in very detailed manner. And slowly, after the third or fourth day, people will also start noticing. Not just noticing, they do those things. They will come and they will be put the chappal in line, or they'll make sure that the door is closed, or some small things like that. They just start noticing things. And I think that gives a very big fulfillment to you as a volunteer. And they start appreciating it. It's not like you can even ask that just because they put chappal in line, so what? That is also one way of looking at it. But then they start feeling much more happy in general, joyful, because they have started looking at the small things in life. And it's always the small things in life, because big decisions and big things happen once in a way. But day to day, small things, if people have to find happiness in it, it takes little effort and attention. And inner engineering doesn't teach anything new that way. It teaches us to revisit things which we know. It gives us time to experiment with it and to relive it. So, I think so.
So where can we message you? Yeah, in which hospital can we get free treatment?
Okay, that way the service which I do is free only actually. But I hope you don't have to ever come to me, because my treatment is for people who have terminal illnesses or incurable illnesses, which is called as palliative care. Not here in Trivandrum. Here also there are people who do it. But I hope you never have to come to me.
That's a valid point.
That's the whole effort of doctors also.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it has become now. Now we call it as healthcare industry. It's no longer healthcare alone. Industry is there. So I'm not part of that industry yet. Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting like this. I would have my own stamp to put.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for your sharing.
Yeah, that's very beautiful share.
Signing off by Mystic Merrill.